Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Shukriya Zindagi channel. How are you all doing? Today, I have a very beautiful guest with me, a very great lady. She's been working for many years. She was a corporate trainer and now she's a relationship coach. She guides the wives and the women and the young girls of today, and she helps them have a lot of self-empowerment and she helps them have better lives in their life. So welcome, Vimla. How are you, Vimla? Her name is Vimla Rane, and welcome to this show.
Thank you, Alka, for inviting me for this show. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm doing great.
Yes, the pleasure is entirely mine that you have come on our show to share your valuable knowledge, and you have agreed to come on this show for such a short notice. Thank you very much for that. So tell me, Vimla, Vimla the girl, Vimla the small little child, what was she like?
The small little child, Vimla, was the 8th child in the family.
Okay.
So there was a lot of pampering in the middle class sense. So 4 brothers, 3 sisters. I was so pampered because I was the youngest. So I was put in a best school, though we were middle class. I had the privilege of learning from a very sophisticated school, and I was always pampered and respected a lot. So the child was given a lot of attention. The child had a lot of privilege. The child had a lot of exposure to nice things that built me where I am right now.
So what changes came into you from child to as an adolescent? What were you thinking at that time? What were your thoughts? What were you feeling actually?
Yeah. When I was in that school which I said it was meant for rich people, I always was fascinated by people on the stage. Whenever there used to chief guests come, without any inhibition, I used to go and run and speak to them and come back. My teachers used to ask, how did you go? What made you to go there? Because that stage was always fascinating. So from there, then I took a lot of initiative to focus on extracurricular activities. I was on stage dancing. I was always, I was a camera person. I was so fascinated by news readers in those days. We are from black and white days, Rane Simon and all those people. So I used to go to I have a huge home. So I used to go up there and cross my legs, apply a lot of powder and start reading like news readers. And that came true when I was 36 years old. I started being a news presenter in a local channel. And that formed my camera life, okay? Because I always was fascinated being on the stage, being in front of camera, and being on a very socializing life. Though I was a very shy girl, I wasn't afraid of speaking with people. So I became a people person later on. And my dad used to take me to Lions Club and all those clubs where I was the only child in the family who was exposed to a lot of social meetings by my dad. So I was becoming then as a very people person.
Amazing story, Vimla, that your dad has been a great person to make you into a social person, and that you were not very shy. That was wonderful. So when after your college, you got married, and then at the age of 36, you really manifested your dream, as what I'm understanding of time. Am I right? Yes. So that is so wonderful. So then after that, what did you do? You have 2 beautiful girls now, I know, and you're molding those 2 beautiful girls into wonderful women. And what I understand is you're coaching wives. So I have a little small question for you. Why not husbands?
Okay, I had a wonderful transition from the girl to a woman. I went out to work, and my first job was in Bangalore. And I'm from a background called medical and psychiatry. So my cup of tea was always psychiatry. And I did PG diploma in counseling as well. So I was supposed to work in a medical environment or a psychiatric environment. I chose to work in a psychiatry environment, not a medical environment. So I was reading a lot of psychology, and I was, since I was a people person, I was able to sense the vibes, and I was quick in understanding people. So what happened is after marriage, I had a lot of lessons to learn from my own marriage. So I'm a very, very ambitious woman, and I lost a little balance in managing both my ambition, my family, So I had learned a lot of lessons. So I thought the current generation, I was one generation ahead. I always felt that. So I thought if only I can handhold wives who are highly ambitious, they will not take so many years like me, to 25 years, to learn a lot of lessons without losing their time and money. So my focus is to, I could connect with the wives more than the husbands, because it was my lessons. It's a woman lesson. So I'm not doing any counseling here. I'm not focusing on any troubled women. I'm focusing on I'm not focusing on troubled families. I'm focusing on ambitious women who need certain lessons which will speeden up, or which will rather not waste their time in family dramas. So I'm not into counseling. I'm into training people, training women who are very, very ambitious and not to lose their balance.
Very beautiful. Very beautifully said, Vimla. And I totally resonate with you that we working women, we can never establish a balance between our home and our career, you know. It's impossible. How much ever we try to become super mothers and super wives and super women, but it's never going to have a balance. It's never there. Something or somewhere, something is lacking, you know, either in work, something is missing, or, but then we're not perfect people. So we go by it. So what you're doing is really fantastic, you know, training the young girls to speak up for themselves and to do what they really want to do in their lives, like their dreams, whatever they want to achieve. So what would you like to, so how are you training your girls at home? They are like,
I don't do any training as such. I don't sit and teach them. They're watching me.
okay.
Your children learn by seeing, not by
Yes.
your advice. So they're watching me. They already, in fact, more than me teaching them, they are my pillars.
Yes.
So they give me a lot of freedom to do whatever I want, because they've seen my struggles and they are my teachers. And we both three are the powerful women in the home.
Kya baat hai. Wonderful. Very well said.
Yeah. So they have seen enough. They have seen enough, and they are in this. They will carry the legacy of being a very warrior woman or a happy woman in spite of a lot of dramas around happening. I have never taken leave from work. I've never taken leave from work. Yeah, even till the last date of my delivery, I went for work. So hardly have taken any leave. Only when my kid was around 3 years, till that time, I would wanted to spend time with kids, because that's a crucial time. I don't want to focus on my ambitions then. That's when I have been at home. Otherwise, my children are my teachers, and we three are very, very powerful women. They have all the lessons in them.
So kudos to you, Vimla, that you're having three powerful women in the same house and you're giving them, teaching them by example. So what will you tell to a young girl who has just become a doctor and she wants to choose a branch of a choice, and she has met a man who is asking her to choose something else? What would you tell her? What advice, or what would you like to guide her? How would you guide this young girl?
I want that any woman, the only skill they need to have is a clarity.
Yes.
In my sessions, I give them the clarity.
Yes.
Because usually we are all born with a purpose. And if something is coming to my head that I need to do this, that is the one which is going to take me towards a purpose.
Absolutely.
So it is not my wish or want, it is your calling. Your instinct is telling you, and we are already equipped with the skills and talent. See, for some children, for example, me, I always did well in English. Okay. And my language skill was the one which helped me in all my jobs.
Wow.
So whatever skills you possess are aligned with the purpose you have come with. So it is that girl's responsibility to be very, very clear why she wants that. And if the instinct says that she is meant to be a doctor and serve people, and she wants to choose this particular, because without even studying some subjects, we do well because that is what we are meant for. That society doesn't understand. So it's her responsibility to convince her husband. Even before that, she has to be convinced with what she wants, and her clarity will make her, and the research she has done on the subject and the proof she has given to herself that this is what I meant for, that will need not convince anybody. Everybody will say, okay, go ahead and do it. If she has to fight for something, then she hasn't prepared well. That aura, the frequency, the vibration should say, everybody will say, okay, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Absolutely.
That's that much self-work this girl has to do. That much self-work she has to do on herself. And that's what I do in my coaching.
So a young girl of say 20, 22, how does she make her self-worth? She knows she wants to achieve something. She's very clear she wants to do this in her life. But as soon as she meets the prospective in-laws or her parents are telling her that you have to look after the family. So how do you bring about a balance between the dream and the household? It's very difficult, I know, but when she wants to achieve something, you're telling me that she should be sure of what she wants. So let's say this girl is sure of what she wants. She's very clear, but then there is something force which are pulling her away from her dream. So how can she, because she's so young and
she has to choose between she has to prioritize between her choice of going into.
Yeah, and
voice is breaking. Yeah, so she has to be clear with. Am I audible?
Yeah.
She has to be clear with her priority. There has to be only yes or no in future. If she's willing to compromise on certain things, then she has to know which are the price she's ready to give for what. So everything comes with a price.
But why should a girl compromise? That's my very big question. Why should anybody compromise for that matter? What do you think?
It's a culture. It's a cultural question. It's not an individual question. It's not her fault. It's in the culture. It's a patriotic society. It's in the culture. It will take a lot of time to curate this culture. So that's when we are all here.
So most of us, yeah, you're right.
It's a cultural issue. It is not our issue. So that is what I train people on, or coach people on, how to not to fight with a man, but how to embrace mutualism and how to make everybody align with your dreams and goals. So initially, it will look like a girl is being selfish. Yeah. Initially, when you're pursuing something, it might sound very selfish. But it is okay to be selfish for some time. Let's say that I'm focusing on my goal and I'm really doing well in terms of wealth and health. After feeding my own needs, I'm going to distribute all whatever I have done to the family and to the society.
Absolutely.
So initially it is okay to be selfish. So, but the clarity needs to be what you want. You can't have the cake and eat it too for some time initially. Initially, everybody has to put in that work and sacrifice to come to that level where you can command things, ask for things, and you need not even ask, they will do it. So do you have the patience? Because it's a cultural drawback. It's not an individual drawback.
So I think what we need to do is keep, as girls, as young girls, we need to understand the concept of acceptance of self and to do things what one really wants to do and what is a burning desire of every girl. She should be able to express it and she should be able to do it in a loving way, convincing the husband or convincing the in-laws. It's not so easy. I know it's not very easy, but looking at the scenario, like you rightly pointed out, the patriarchal society, every woman is, limiting herself in her own way, and because she wants to have happiness in her life and she wants to have, she gives up her career a bit, she gives up her home a bit, and something or the other she makes a kind of a wishful thinking that this is fine, and she doesn't want conflict in her house. Am I right? Are you resonating with what I'm saying?
Yeah, in most of the homes, I heard this. Most of the homes, we bring up boys and we bring up daughter-in-laws. So when I'm bringing up my daughter, I keep saying, if you go to your in-laws' house, they will not accept this, do that. But we never say that to a son.
Yes.
So sons are brought up as sons, daughters are brought up as daughter-in-laws.
That's a wonderful quote. I love it, Vimla. Very true.
So the girls should be brought up as daughters, not daughter-in-laws.
Yes.
So these girls have to be taught how to say no.
Yes.
They should be stop people pleasers.
Yes.
They should know to set boundaries. Boundaries are very healthy habit. Boundaries will not hurt people. It will help in long-term relationship if you set the right boundaries.
Absolutely.
So at the age of 20, these girls should know what they like, what they don't like. That's when they can put a boundary. So I usually say this. You have to train people how to treat you because they don't know. You're always giving confused signal. You train people how to treat you. Before training other people how to treat you, you train yourself how to treat by yourself.
Absolutely.
ultimately the same point. I'm coming back to clarity, clarity, clarity. So there's a lot of activities somebody can do, a girl can do to bring in the clarity in life. At that age level, you should have some clarity. We are evolving, we are becoming always.
Yeah.
It is not there one fine day, I know everything. And I'm even now at the age of 52, I'm still evolving, I'm still becoming.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I will work towards my clarity. I'll work towards my clarity. So clarity is the key.
And also the girls are getting married a little later nowadays. Like our times we got married at 24, 25, 26. Today it's becoming 29, 30. So I think they are much more mature. They are working, they are standing on their own feet, and they are quite vociferous. What I'm learning from the girls in my family, in my own house, they are teaching me a lot, to be vociferous, to say what you really want to say. And I really love that part about the young girls today. And I'm also becoming more vociferous. Since the children have got married, my boys have got married, I'm understanding that expression of my own inner feelings is very, very important. And that helps me a lot. So I was telling my children that, I have never accepted myself completely. Now I'm accepting myself. At this age, I'm accepting myself the way I am, with all my mistakes, with all my flaws. And the concept of self-love has just come to me. And let me tell you one thing, Vimla, after having that learned this concept of self-love, my cup is full, and I'm a more loving person, I'm a more happier person, and I'm giving from that full and overflowing cup of love and affection. So thank you for that. What you're saying is absolutely right. Every girl should be clear in what she really wants. God give her the strength, to be clear at the age of 26, 27 when she's about to get married. And her parents also need to give her the clarity. My next question to you is that how do you look for the future of these girls now that we are training them and we are, educating them, and they are also becoming educated? So what do you look forward in the future of these beautiful girls?
Yeah, I have a very strong point to drive over here. In the future of these girls, they need to stop fighting with man and fighting for equality. They should embrace for who they are,
Yeah.
and they can live with a man happily by embracing his masculine energy.
Yes.
So we are learning. We have come so far with women empowerment, where we need not wear what clothes they are wearing. We need not show our strength in becoming a man. We need to become more of a woman, because women are known for giving, women are known for love, women are known for strength, women are known for clarity. Women are we are the givers, and we are mother earth. So we have to learn how to embrace everything, calm, quiet, slow down a bit, be more peaceful, work towards mutualism, embrace the man in your life, and be uh, don't fight for freedom. You have the freedom, enough freedom. As long as you have the clarity what you want in life, and you have made that and worked for that, you will not be very needy. Only needy women will be very manipulative. Needy women will fight for freedom, equality, and all those stuff. When you have filled your cup, as you said, you are no more needy. When you have the clarity of self-expression, you will set boundaries. When you set the boundaries, people, everybody knows where to, what to ask, and where, how far they can use your, they will not misuse you, or they'll not abuse you. So it's enough of fighting for equality. Let's start embracing mutualism, and let's work on more on the feminine energy and stop behaving like a man. So that's what
Wonderfully
I
said.
say for these
Yeah,
girls. So
very wonderfully said and very nice.
the clarity, and once you have the clarity, start, fill your cup on your own, be selfish and do that for yourself. Once you are filling your cup, start giving more. When you fill your cup, it'll overflow. You start giving more. When you give more, you will not be needy. Only needy women will be manipulative, and fighting for equality and all those stuff. Once you are full, you will embrace everybody with love. Love will overflow. So be selfish, fill your cup with a lot of love.
Yeah, it's actually being not very selfish, but it's actually just looking after your own needs. Instead of going and asking for your needs to be met, we are looking after our own needs. And that way, I think the girl is more happy. Am I right? For me, being happy is the most important thing. Ultimately, whether you're loving yourself,
No,
accepting yourself.
for some time we need to fight, because it's a patriotic society. People
Yeah,
don't understand you when you are doing
yeah,
so many things. When you're saying no to, women are not supposed to say no.
Yeah.
And they give a beautiful meaning that you are a mother, you are a woman, you are a multitasker. On Women's Day, on Mother's Day, they say that you are so good, you can take everything. No, you're not so good. You're not so good. So
Yeah.
stop saying yes to everything and find out what is the cost of your yes. What is the cost of your no? Every yes and every no, when you say yes to somebody else, you're saying no to yourself. Find out which one is worth. So fill your cup, be selfish to be selfless very soon.
Okay.
That's my message.
So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that message for the women. I hope the women are hearing properly to Vimla, and we will be putting her link, and you can get in touch with Vimla Rane. And I think today she's given a very, very beautiful message. I was feeling like asking her one question about the needy men. What happens when you have needy men in your family?
See, when you have a needy man, you should be quick in when you are in the process of filling your cup, you can quickly sense a needy man. He is suffering. He is suffering. He was not filled himself in his mom's place. A guy who hasn't got his mom's love will always feel needy. And when he's not filled that, as he has grown up, he should have filled himself. And if he hasn't filled and he is coming expecting from a wife or anybody, the wife should quickly sense that and empathize with him and start giving. When your cup is full and when you know what you want, you can achieve it by setting boundaries, you will start giving. So start empathizing that this guy has not received what he was supposed to receive when he was a kid. And as he grown up, he didn't have that self-realization that he has to fill his own cup and he's still needing that. You better give it.
Wonderful. I had a neighbor, yeah.
But as I said, you know the boundaries. You will gently set the boundaries. He should not be an empty bucket with a hole where you keep on filling and you'll get drained one day. Set the boundaries. Don't judge him. Don't show hatred. Show him love. That will fill him automatically. Don't disrespect him. Show him love and fill that and gently set the boundaries. He'll quickly understand.
Wonderfully said. Love is the biggest healer, and love can, break all kinds of barriers between two people. And I had a neighbor, she was a little overweight, and when she became in her 60s, she could not walk. And her husband was quite thin, and he was quite mobile, and he kept roaming about here and there. So one day, her husband fell sick. I went to see them and I was talking to her, and in the other room she was sitting. So she told me that my husband has always treated me like a princess, like a daughter. And I tell you, that was such a beautiful revelation for me, that treat your husband like a son or treat your wife like a daughter. And they were so happy together. He did whatever she could not do, and she did whatever she could do sitting in one place. He brought the vegetables from the market. She cut the vegetables. He went and he cooked the vegetables, and they were doing a great job, after their 55, 60 age, So wonderfully said that, fill your cup and fill the other person's cup. And I think we can do a lot of wonders when we are having love flowing through us. So thank you so much, Vimla ji. I'm so grateful that you came here and you have given us very wise things, a lot of wisdom, a lot of pearls of wisdom you have thrown on our way. And we have to really think and we have to really flourish on those pearls of wisdom. So thank you so much. I'll call you again for yet another visit. And thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alka, for this opportunity. And my dear girls, have a lot of patience, because whatever we spoke will sound very good, but practically it is going to be very challenging. But when you set clear boundaries and when you know what you want, and if you keep filling your cup, you will develop patience and quickly understand why a man is behaving, from where he's coming from, and you will sense it quickly and you will start addressing that deep down want of him. And that will make him feel very less needy, and he'll also quickly contribute, and you both will be mutually complementing each other. So all the best for all the women here. I'm here anytime, reach out to me, and we will make this world a love-filled world. Thank you so much, Alka.
Thank you, Vimla ji. Thank you for all that you have said. I'll be putting your number in my description so everybody can contact Madam Vimla. And thank you once again for your lovely messages.
Thank you, Alka. Bye. Bye. Take care.